What's up with this thing not holding? You wilding right now. Hey man, let me tell y'all something. I'm gonna keep 100 with you. That talking point of resign is working out perfectly everywhere. You see people calling for the resignation of the head of the Secret Service. And that's the kind of pressure you have to put and you have to apply in order for to make sure that this doesn't happen again. But it needs to be applied across the board everywhere at the same time. It needs to be applied when the White House does a press conference. If they got the nerve to do it on their own YouTube account or their own social media account, resign. If it's a congressman or a senator that has Twitter, everybody need to be hitting them. Hey, you need to call for the resignation of the head of the Secret Service. You got to hit them people on all fronts, on all angles. Resign. You got to put so much pressure on them, Republican, Democrat, everybody. You got to put so much pressure on them that they're like, damn, they're overwhelmed. They're completely and totally overwhelmed with the amount of pressure that you're putting on them. And then you'll see that they have to move. Wow, that weighing in the search engine is heavy right now. That's crazy how heavy the weighing is in the search engine. I'm gonna tell y'all something else. This is the other thing I wanted to address this morning, but I've literally had to go and run and take care of something. You know, there's a talking point that Donald Trump is the Antichrist because he got shot in the ear. If you go back and read Revelations, it talks about a great head wound that was healed. Not that it was just a great head wound, that it was a deadly head wound. That what you saw wasn't no deadly head wound. What you saw was the equivalent of getting shot in the air, and based on that logic, that anybody who got hit in the ear, Evander Holyfield is the Antichrist, or anybody who do MMA fighting, when they get busted in the ear and their ear starts bleeding, they the Antichrist. That talking point is just so illogical that it's insane. I mean, it just don't make no damn sense. I mean, it makes no sense at all. Now, I've been told that my like button is gone. I bet it is. Oh, I've been told the past 2 days that, man, they've been people getting unsubscribed, all kind of crazy stuff. But I mean, it's gonna be what it's gonna be at this point in time. Like if you guys can see some of the comments, I'm disappointed in you, Dark Waters. I thought you were better than this. Better than what? You clearly don't listen to me. I ain't saying nothing that I ain't said before. If you listen to me daily, I've been talking about this stuff daily. You know what I'm saying? Daily I've been talking about it. Last week or the week before, I was saying they kind of ain't got no choice but to try and take a shot at the dude. Just like I'm going to tell you right now. Again, they don't have a choice but to keep on going. So look out for bombs, like I told you guys last time. Look out for them blowing up stuff, shooting people. Every kind of false flag under the sun is on the table. But I'll tell you the one that's be most efficient in this situation. And I'll tell you why to be most efficient. Yesterday, I said, when he got hit, I said it done turned him into 50 Cent or Tupac. And I said, no, Tupac died. 50 Cent is better. Then you see 50 Cent come out, do a concert with Many Men Wish Death Upon Me with Trump head on there, on the screen, on his album cover. Then you hear the Donald Trump song come out, Many Men remixed with Donald Trump. Because it's cultural. When it gets into the actual hip-hop culture, that's a culture that's so powerful that it prevails over race and age. So this is the regular culture. When you drop hip-hop culture and music culture, it prevails over everything. It umbrellas everything. And so now he's the 50 Cent of politics. And that's what it is. So now you got that movement going. But in order to cut that off, you got to hit it where it's going to hurt the most. And unfortunately, where it's going to hurt the most, ladies and gentlemen, is blowing up a black church, shooting up a black church. Nobody ain't going to want to hear this, but car bomb pipe bomb, shoot up a black church, then the narrative can shift to, oh, those racist conservatives blew up they were mad about Trump getting shot in the ear and they blew up a black church. That's the most deadly thing that could be done right now. And that's the most efficient thing that could be done right now. Because they don't have enough people to roll out fake voter ballots when you got the majority of black men saying they voting for Trump. But what visual? Because it's all about visuals. That blood, that ear hole in his ear with that blood across his face, that visual, you have to have another visual that overrides that visual. So what visual can come out and shift everything? And it's got to be a bloody visual. Blood demands blood. So the only thing that's going to answer to that is going to be blood. Can y'all hit the like button for me? You know what I'm saying? Please give me up to 60 something so maybe the algorithm start trying to punk me like what I'm saying don't make no sense. But blood demands blood. So you need another bloody visual. And quite frankly, the deep state don't give a damn about Negroes. Let's just keep it real. DW, you tripping. Oh, am I tripping? Am I really tripping? How about this? Remember when this came out, boop? They had the nerve to go door to door and knock on people's doors in Baltimore. Dr. Fauci, have you got your? And it's been exposed who he is. But he had the nerve to go door to door in the hood. And you know what he a part of. Remember the advertisements for it? I remember the ad spends. What I mean by ad spend, SPENDS. The ad spends for it. The amount of money they were willing to pay for advertising to target that community. So when I tell you they ain't got no love for you, they ain't got no love for you at all. They will blow your church up. The deep state will blow your church up in a heartbeat. And they're already proving it. If you really pay attention, they're already proving how they feel about you. But in the meantime, they're pointing, hey, look at those guys over there with the American flags. They hate you. Take this shot in your arm. Yes, we'll sterilize you. We'll lower the birth rate. Hey, don't look at me. Look at those guys over there. Look at that guy with that red hat on. Red is a bad color. Meanwhile, roll out the abortion centers, Planned Parenthood in their neighborhoods. Come on, man. It's right there in front of you. Everything that rolled out by the deep state, everything that's ever been rolled out by them has been rolled directly into your community and into your children. Open the border, send them in, and then your neighborhood is full with migrants. Don't believe me? Go to Chicago, New York, all the places where they was closing schools down to make a migrant centers. So when you look at the truth and the reality of it, they will target you. They're going to need a patsy to blame it on, but oh, buddy, they're going to target you. And that's just keeping it 100% real. And here's the craziest thing about it. There's a section of that community that's so victimized, so weaponized, that they would lose their mind and not for a split second think about everything they experienced. They won't think about the fact that Antifa came into their neighborhoods and burned down their neighborhoods, and Black Lives Matter came into their neighborhoods and burned down their neighborhoods, and the people that was involved in Black Lives Matter burning stuff down wasn't black. That they ain't gonna think about it. So that's the greatest danger. That's the one card they could pull that solves all these problems. And then that don't even solve the problem. That just goes the race war angle. And I submit to you, ladies and gentlemen, I don't even think that will work at this point in time. I think those Christians, black Christians that would die in that bomb attack, with them being martyrs to Christ, go to heaven, and that would be that. Because there's been ample opportunity for the real black community to go out into the streets and act a damn fool. But that would definitely unleash their fake mob of people. Let them go into the streets. You get a mixture of enough black people to go, Remember, all the police shootings where they in little small neighborhoods was a guy was killed by the police or shot by the police, and George Floyd, all that other stuff. Remember how the crowds reacted to all that. And then if you remember how it played out over time, as people were out there and they looking around, and like, hold on, I'm here, I'm a brother. That's a brother. Wait, who these dudes over here? And then the brother sitting there saying, whoa, 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 whoa. Like here in Nola, when they was on the bridge, and there was pallets of bricks next to the road. And everybody like, yo, whoa, 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 whoa. Where these bricks came from? Well, what the bricks? Well, who brought bricks out here? Pallets of brand new bricks. Like they came from Home Depot. Right there in the hood. You did? You following me? There's more than enough people to pick up them bricks and go act a fool for a reason. There was a reason why they didn't pick up them bricks. But they had this big mob in New Orleans. Yeah, we're going to take over the bridge. We're going to do this. We're going to block the bridge. Bruh, I'm telling you. Sure enough is my name, James Franklin Williams. People were talking about they're going to let off a nuclear bomb. There's been an election. That's a possibility. But I'm telling you, if you start a nuclear war, it's not like it just let off a nuclear bomb. Boom, 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 boom. We all gone. You know what I'm saying? We it's done. So that's the last resort. Period. So they ain't going that far just yet. They're gonna try this first. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna try this first. They'll try that, and it'll be massive, and they'll be ignorant, and they'll be bloody, and they'll be deadly. And that visual, if they're able to pull it off, I'm telling you stuff you should pray against. If you're a praying person, go into the courts of heaven and ask the Lord, say, Lord, we can't be having these people dying like this. My brothers and sisters, Christian brothers and sisters, just dying at the hands of wicked people, wicked, strange children. Can't be having it. Nope. I need you to move. I need you to get up off your throne and go down here and deal with that for us, pops. Because this is what they're planning to do. This is what they're trying to do. That's the angle that they have. And I ain't gonna say I know everybody, but I know a few people. I'm gonna say I know everybody, but I know a few people in nice places. And those people was hardcore on some, I ain't messing with Donald Trump. When those people was like, yo, Jay, this wild, B. Like they tried to whack this dude. And they like, nah, dog, I can't even support that. That's when you lose them. They were starch anti-populist people. That's what it is, truly a populist move. They were starch, like, no, I will not do it. I'm not down with it. It's a bunch of racist white people. And any black dude involved in it, he's a Uncle Tom. James, your Uncle Tom, or whatever, Negro. I know what I'm looking at. Now they see it. When they see it, it's a whole nother story. So, I'm just telling you, baby. That's all they got left. That's really all they got left. Just with the news cycle, and I want to be clear, with the existing news cycle, you can have a police officer accidentally kill somebody. I mean, the police officer could be down bad. Like, dude is sitting in his car, black dude sitting in his car with both hands up, and the police officer shoot him and be down bad. 100% down bad wrong. That ain't penetrating this news cycle. It ain't penetrating it. It's not going to work. The only thing that's going to penetrate it is going to have to be huge. Massive. I told y'all the other day that the same FBI that raided Mar-a-Lago, the same FBI that's reviewing this, so he comes out and says the skeleton comes out and says it's going to be an independent review. What the hell is that? Independent of who? You know what I'm saying? Independent of who? And did anybody find it real weird and strange that the same little dude who 2 days ago could barely hold a conversation was all dressed up looking nice and on point to come out and talk? Wasn't really stumbling, wasn't really bumbling. almost like they doped them up ahead of time, get them ready. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, I ain't watched nobody content. What I did was I sat there and I scrolled and scrolled and scrolled and look at the headlines. Look at where everybody's saying boom, 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 boom. They're saying this, boom, boom. Because that's where you see it at. If you just literally go on your phone, don't watch. Just scroll and see what's being said. See what CNN says. See what MSNBC says. See what Fox says. See what the Indian news says. See what the Chinese news is saying. Then go to the YouTube and see what they're saying. See, and scroll. And you're going to see the story playing out right in front of you. Because you can see what narratives are taking hold and what narratives aren't taking hold. Then you click a button and go in and try and find out. But it's all laid out in front of you. And I'll tell you how you know this. You guys see me doing videos on AI, right? They call them large language models. And so what they're telling you is that those models analyze the language that's being used by humans and pull out answers. So they feed the model all the information they can, it analyzes all that. That AI is patterned after your brain that God made. Which is why they're making brains that they're using to run AI computers. And somewhere the company came out, I forgot the name of it, but there's AI computers that they built they've grown little baby brains in wherever test tube baby brains, and they hook computers to them or chips to them, and it runs the AI. You can actually log in and use the damn AI. It's patterned after your brain that God made for you. So when you start scrolling through and your real AI brain, it's not even artificial, your real intelligence starts to scroll through and you trust in it, you're going to see it. You'll see it clear as day. You see it clear as day what's going on. Because your brain is smarter than they damn computers. Now, they're going to tell you it's smarter than you, but that thing has been programmed to this point. At some point in time, I think Google has a sentient one that thinks on its own. That one's going to grow faster and smarter, but for what we're dealing with now, you just need to look. You just need to look and see. And if you want to go deeper to see what narratives is there, don't watch the video, click the comments. Turn the video off and scroll the comments and read the comments. And just scroll. And you'll see the same talking points over and over. He's the Antichrist. He's this. He's that. He's this. He's this. He's like, okay. Go to the next person's video. Scroll the comments. He's the Antichrist. Wait. So in the past 48 hours, he became the Antichrist across 100 different channels, 20 different channels, 30 different massively large YouTube channels. He's the Antichrist. That's organized. Just like, not for 1 second do you not believe that the hashtag resign that's going on is not organized. It's got to be. In some way, shape, or form, whether it's organized from the realm of the spirit or it's organized from campaign finance funding, but it's organized. But it's the right play, the right move to make. And I think it needs to go further. I think people need to be writing letters. Like old school, they need to get 10,000 letters in their office. Emails, 10,000 emails. Hey man, we don't appreciate this. This guy got to resign. So much pressure to the point to where it's like, damn, they're overwhelmed with pressure. And that pressure makes people make mistakes. That pressure, now they got to go back and say, well, man, if people are calling for them to resign, we got to do something. They got to have a meeting. Joe, Hunter, what you say? Jill, I ain't got to do nothing, blah, 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 and screaming. You put that pressure on them. Hunter doing the line. I don't know if we should have him resign. This shit didn't work out the way we thought it was. Point blank, period. Now remember, the day before the assassination attempt was the day that they sent Hillary Clinton back in the court over $6 million campaign finance fraud. And people was getting their butt whooped, unlike anybody got their butt whooped before prior to this. Now they're getting their butt whooped, unlike they probably ever anticipated anybody would get their butt whooped ever. So they got to do something. And that's facts. 100% facts. Now, the whole thing about the shooter, that don't make no damn sense to me. And I'm going to stand on what I said. There's no way on earth that it's possible for that man to shimmy his behind. First of all, the first dude they showed, I said that couldn't have been. They showed a kind of overweight, he looked like a Latino dude. It was like, this guy's a shooter. I'm like, no way that fat bastard got on top of no roof. That didn't make no sense. That's like y'all saying that my fat behind climbed up on the roof and hid. Everybody gonna see my fat black butt on the roof. That's like a beach whale wilding on the roof trying to shoot somebody. That's not gonna work. That don't work. Like a stranded beach whale on top of a hot tin metal roof. That ain't gonna work. That don't make no damn sense. So then I see another picture come out. And the guy that came out next, yeah, he looks like somebody that's on drugs. He looks like somebody that was being activated by the CIA, some kind of MUK ultra mind control victim. That makes sense. That makes sense in the world. But what don't make sense is, at all, it's 200 of y'all, bro. Hit the like button. Even if you don't like me, hit the like button. You're here spending time with me, baby. You're enjoying my smoke break with me. And I got 2 cigars. Really, I got 3. I ain't smoking all 3. That's too many, but I'm going to smoke 2. Back to what I'm saying. What still don't make no sense at all, it won't make no sense, you can't find a way to make it make sense, is that somebody was able to get a high point when there's a presidential candidate around. You was allowed to get high ground. Hands down period, you was allowed to get high ground. And then when you factor in the fact that they showed the images of the sharpshooters that were Secret Service and where they were, and they had a higher position, how the hell they don't see that? Then you add in, which I'm still not sure about the guy with the orange hair. I still stand on that because it don't make sense. I'm still standing on it. I know he was there and he was saying they was pointing and they got videos. It just, something ain't right about that dude to me, man. I'm sorry. There's just something not right about that little dude. It just don't sit right with me about him. And I'm going to stick with it. Something ain't right. Go look at that person's eyes. Go look at what they wear. Just look at me. It just don't fit. But okay. It don't make none of it makes no damn sense. It just makes no sense. Somebody let it happen. And that's clearly obvious. So therefore somebody's head's got to roll in the Secret Service. That's clearly obvious. And it's important that it happens because when he wins, if the same person is around, I mean, it's going to be a problem. That person's got to be out of the Secret Service. Everybody associated with him has got to be out of the Secret Service. Everybody he's ever went out to lunch with, dinner with, anybody he ever gave an award, got to go. Everybody, it's got to be purged. Period. They got to go. They got to go bye-bye. And that's just keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? Girl, your skirt is way too short. Way too damn short. Way too damn short. So as they go through the analyzing of what happened, the diagrams, because I'm pretty sure that diagram part where they're showing diagrams and everybody's like, oh, it doesn't make sense. It didn't make sense from day one. It didn't make sense from the time you heard pow, 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 pow. Now, I was wrong about the number of shots. So I thought I heard 6. I thought I heard 6, but it may have been more. The point I'm making, from the time you heard that first shot, none of it made sense. Point blank, period. And I'm still trying to figure out what was going. If you go back and watch the video from the wide frame video, you'll see the shots. You'll see him move. You hear some more shots. You'll see people looking. If this is the stage and we're facing the stage, you see the left-hand side, top right, type left-hand corner people looking in that direction. Then you hear more shots and you see the people on the right-hand side of the stage all whip their heads and look down in another direction. And I'm like, okay, what happened over here? Where everybody whipped their head in that direction. It was all simultaneous. Boom. And they all whipped their heads. And then what I didn't understand is clearly people hadn't been around gunfire because they didn't really understand how to, that you better get your ass down. And the number of people that I saw standing up was ridiculous. To say somebody was busting, but that's nothing to brag about culturally. To say people like culturally, you can tell they never been in the hood and got shot. Man, I don't want to brag about the fact that I know that when I hit gunshots that I need to lay on the ground, my face on the ground like this and kiss the concrete, but it's the truth of the matter. You need to be as close to the concrete as possible. You need to be licking dirt. And you might need to be rolling around like somebody making a chocolate chip cookie to survive. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, what happened right there? I'm not saying that was a shooter. I'm just saying when you look at it, there's a lot of stuff that don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're watching in slow motion. You see people whip their heads. You see the people on the left. You see clearly somebody got hit because you see the reaction like, whoa. Right? Then everybody, the people on the other side, whip their head looking down. I'm like, all right, what the hell? And all this is going on simultaneously as Secret Service is finally rushing up on stage. And I ain't understand this. Go back and look at the video. Now he clearly, Don is clearly a savage and a little bit loopy and crazy. Because they just try to bust his head. My man is up there, say, give me my shoe. Let me get my shoe. Savage in its essence. And he just chilling, pumping his fist, saying fight, 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 which, by the way, by next week, that fight, 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 that line right there is going to be used against him viciously. Even though in the moment his adrenaline is pumping, that just showed you the man he was. But that's going to be used against him viciously, saying, oh, yeah, the president called violence for violence. He called for people to fight, fight, fight. That ain't going to work. That, I can tell you it's not going to work, but they're going to do it anyway. And it's going to get louder and louder and louder. The louder that gets, the closer we get to the point to where they're getting ready to do their false flag, because they need a part of that narrative in order to be able to pull their flag. They need something to pull the little flag. And that's the only thing they got. The only soundbite they got is fight, 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 fight. And that's the one they're going to use. Which is why I was saying he need to come back out and call for peace immediately, because I heard the fight, 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 and they're going to use that. If I was in their shoes, I would use it. But the point I'm making is this. I think this is the greatest point that I could make before I get out of here. Prior to this, Donald's sons and daughters were doing campaign rallies with a Christian organization where they were going out. And this might have been the same organization that set up all the rallies. I'm not 100% sure. But they were going around. There were revivals going around before the rallies. I don't know if it was in conjunction with the rally or if it was days before, or if it was two independent things. They were going one place campaign and he was going another. But it's clear that they were walking out professing Jesus Christ as they ran the campaign. I'm going to tell you something that you got to understand. When somebody try and take your life and you fall on your knees, the person that you talking to at that point in time is the Lord. So when you see that man on his knees, on his face, the blood on his face, that man was having a conversation with Jesus himself. And the man that you're going to see next is going to be a monster when it comes to dealing with this. I promise you that. That man's going to be a monster for the kingdom of God at going after these wicked people. They know it. Anybody who's a praying person knows it, but they definitely know it. And so I'm just telling you, yeah, it's about to be pure savagery. There's going to be savagery on their side and savagery on his side. And those people who say they're going to sit back and watch it because it's a movie, I don't even know what to say to you. I do know what to say to you. It'll be a movie until somebody come drag you out of your house because you've been online watching QAnon content, and they need patsies and fall guys, and they got to come get you. It's a movie until they come get you. So you movie watchers better hope that they don't win, because they're going to come snatch you up out the crib. That's all I'm going to say to you. They're going to come get you. Dog Waters, you crazy. 2 weeks ago, there was reports everywhere, them building mass detention centers. Every state had a mass detention center. Anybody here seen those reports? Anybody? Put a one if you've seen the reports of the mass detention centers. Anybody? Let's use an actual match instead of that. The reports came out because they were completing the mass detention centers. And the contractors that was building the mass detention centers was like, yeah, we just built these centers. It was just massive detention centers to hold people. What do you think would have happened if that man here would have got rocked off? It'd been wild out here in these streets. So, there we go. I hear a train a-coming. It's coming round the bend. And I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when, because I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and time keeps moving on. That's where you'd have been stuck in Folsom Prison, had they been able to do what they want to do. And I know, there's a segment of people who really don't get that God has his hand on things on this planet and is moving in his manner on things on this planet. Because you'll see them in the comments saying, there's nothing we can do. You know, what are you talking about, dog? What is there's nothing we can do? How do we defeat these people? There's nothing we can do. We really? Oh, really? Oh, really? Oh, really? So you're telling me you defeated, and you want to convince me that I'm defeated. You want to convince me that my grandchildren is defeated, that ain't here yet, and that your grandchildren that ain't here yet, or some of them that are here, is defeated. That's why I love moments like this, because you really get to see what people are made of, what a country is made of, what a nation is made of. I'm going to tell you something, too. When you start scrolling the foreign news and seeing who's saying what and the responses of the leaders of the foreign nations, that's some interesting stuff. It's super duper interesting. I mean, you really, like, when you read what's being said, like the news will say, you know, the foreign minister of Zelensky in Ukraine called and said, my friend Donald Trump, there's no place for violence in democracies, right? Then you'll see somebody like the PM of India, Modi, come out and say, I'm deeply disturbed and disappointed in the violence that was shown in the attempt on the life of my friend Donald Trump. Like, that's some authentic stuff. This dude over here, somebody wrote that for him. And you can kind of pick out who actually said something and who had just somebody write it for him. You look at it, you can pick it up and be like, yeah, that person ain't on this team. That person ain't on this team. This person right here a little pissed. This person over here, I don't know where they stand. This person right here, the devil. You can see it. You can literally see it. And if you guys recall, when I started doing my smoke breaks and talking about current events, I said, man, I want y'all to be able to see what's happening in the news just by seeing it. Not by listening to it, not by hearing what these people telling you, but just by seeing it. And boy, we see it all at once. Everything, all at once. Every angle being played. The fight for the Overton window of the narrative, pushing it back and forth, pushing it back and forth, pushing it back and forth. The first one didn't work, which was Don't believe what your eyes showed you. There was no assassination attempt. That fell down flat. So now the next one is, oh, he called for people to fight. He called for violence. Wait, that ain't gonna work because people been calling for violence against this man for damn near 5-6 years. That ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna hold no water. You know the soundbite's still out there, what y'all was saying, the craziest stuff y'all was saying. Pelosi, especially the old, what's the lady name in Maxine Waters? That chick went so crazy. If you see him at the gas station, fight him. If you see him at the grocery store, fight him. Hold on, let me fix my wig. If you see him at McDonald's, eat their hamburger. Remember that? So that ain't got no legs. That ain't no legs at all. That's the insane thing about this approach that's been taken. Like, you had to be sniffing coke when you made that decision to take that shot. Like, it had to be Hunter sitting there. Dad, I think we need to assassinate him, Dad. It had to be. Because you didn't consider none of the stuff you said, none of the stuff you did, none of the past. Nothing. I think we need to kill him. Mm-hmm. Yapping, going crazy. I mean, straight up crazy rhetoric. That ain't going nowhere. All that's still on the internet, so you can't pull that card. You know what I'm saying? That's what gets me. I'm gonna tell you what confuses me. If the deep state of our country, the deep state, and these are people whose names you never hear in the news. These are gonna be people that are like 5-star admirals, ex-directors of Central Intelligence Agency and Department of Defense. Because I sit there and I scratch my head and I said, you know, if y'all that dumb, we all gonna die. Like, we all gonna get blown up. If y'all that dumb, we all gonna get blown up. And then I say, if they that dumb, how come we ain't been blown up yet? Because you gotta sit there and weigh in the balance. If this don't work, all these things gonna happen. I'm gonna be pushed to do these last 2 final steps. You gotta sit there and say, okay, if everything I tried so far ain't worked, and I go to the free throw line, I take 100 shots and I miss 100. And not only do I miss 100, I don't even hit the rim 100 times. At some point in time, somebody got to sit there and say, man, you know, we missing on everything, bro. I don't know if this is a good idea. Everything we've been doing been falling flat, baby. Something else is going on out here in these streets. There's some kind of high power and control of this, man. I don't think we need to be fighting this. You got to sit there and say it. And so, and that counts for them even if they are Satanists or Luciferians. In fact, if they're Satan and Luciferians, which we know many of them are, it would make sense that they would kind of push it forward, but even them have to sit there and say, well, you know, bro, we done did everything we could do, and it's just not working out. The God of heaven is clearly against us, and he's definitely raised his right hand against us. We might need to slow it down a little bit, homie. But maybe somebody was like, bring more blood, sacrifice more chickens, bring in the goats, bring in the cows. Somebody go get, grab one of those kids, bring them in here. But that's the thing I ponder. Are they that damn, if they that damn stupid, how did we survive? And then when you look at it from the aspect of just self-interest, their smart cities are not built. There's some bunkers built that they've been talking about. Let's just say they push it all the way to the end. I mean, let's keep it real. Push it all the way to the end of the road. Boom! Nuclear clouds. The sun is blocked out. The lizard people come from underground. They go into their bunkers. But you just whacked all the family members, everybody that worked security for you. All their aunties, cousins, mamas, sisters, brothers, all gone. Incinerated. Skeletons. Extreme heat all over the planet. Do you think them people gonna let you live? I just don't get it. Like, that's how come I come to the conclusion it's got to be Satan himself. Because mind you, that dude was wild. You know, he's still fighting the battle he already lost. He's still wilding. He know he lost. Instead of going sitting on the bench and say, well, I'm gonna pack it in, ladies and gentlemen. This thing's over. He said, nah, we're gonna keep on doing stuff. And that's the nature of what you're seeing. And that's the only thing it could be. I mean, it's literally the only thing it could be. Now, I'm thankful that this event happened in this sense that I get to ban all the people who sit there and say crazy things to me. Oh, I can't believe you signed with this. I roll with Jesus Christ. Christ Jesus. That's the team I'm on. And if you got a problem with that, bro, then you got the problem. I ain't got the problem. Just good and evil. I roll with good. If you with that evil, then man, you got an issue because you evil. That just is what it is. And that's all it is to it. There's good and there's evil. And I don't really give a damn about you if you're evil. Just like you don't really give a damn about me if I'm good. And that's the true, honest truth about what's going on. And then the rest of the people in the middle, they just don't know what the hell going on. They're like, la-di-la-di-la, everything is great. Boop! Someone hit me in my head. Where did that brick come from? We were with that, hey, bro, homie over there throwing bricks off the building. But it was a rubber brick. No. He's throwing rubber bricks right now. Because he's a rubber brick throwing motherfucker. But he got some real bricks up there. Eventually he's going to throw a real brick. And they just walking by every day. La-di-la-di-la. Oh, I got hit by a real brick. I'm bleeding. Oh, I told you last week they was throwing bricks. Last week you said it was a rubber brick. I told you last week it was they got real bricks. Now they're hitting you with a real brick. La-di-la-di-la, la-di-la-di-la. And that's the truth of it. You got good, you got evil, you got people in the middle. They don't pay attention to nothing. It's a movie. They're enjoying the show. Literally. Just enjoying the show. So that make sure there's no confusion where I stand. That's where I be at. You know what I'm saying? Got a whole lot of house on this side of the line. Got a little massive backyard, underground caves. You go through the right door, you're coming to a palace. That's where I rock. Y'all better watch out for these rubber brick throwing motherfuckers, man. But they're going to hit you with a real brick eventually. And I submit to you that now the real bricks getting ready to start getting thrown for real. False flag bricks everywhere. Unless the Lord answers the prayers that his fear falls upon all of them. And they go into trembling and be like, man, we can't do nothing else, man. Because I tell you, he put his fear on them. They're like, nah, bro, we scared. We don't need to do nothing else. That, and that's what really need to happen. They need to be afraid. Man, if we push forward, you know, my family may die. My grandchildren may die. My nieces and nephews may die. But I tell you, when it's time, hashtag lock arrest Bill Gates needs to be the #1 trending hashtag when the time comes. I promise you, that one needs to be rolling out. Hashtag arrest Bill Gates. And that needs to be so much pressure on that, getting rid of that dude. It needs to be insane. So buckle up your seatbelts. When you get past the threat of nuclear war and you get past the false flags, then they're just gonna tank the economy. And that's gonna be that. Then you go through that. And on the other side of that, then you'll be all right. And what I like about you guys is I know you guys are smart. Y'all got survival food. Y'all go hunting. Y'all go fishing. Y'all know what to do. You know what I'm saying? If you've been following me for a long time, you're not a newbie. Like way back in 2019, 2018, I'm sitting here saying the same thing. Say, hey man, you need to get A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You need to get this. You need to get this. You need to prepare for this. We're going through a tumultuous time. It's about to go crazy out here in these streets. It's about to be wild. If you're new, you're going to sit there and be like, oh my goodness. I don't know if he knows what he's talking about. But remember, I've been on here a long, long time. I just ain't get my subscribers for a long, long time. But the algorithm's like, suppress him. The demons are telling me if we give him 1 million subscribers, he's going to try and do this. Suppress him now. Keep him under your thumb. And he's right. Then we hit 1 million. Let me hit 1 million. And watch the beautiful rebranding at 1 million. The most gorgeous rebranding you'll ever see. All right. The next question is, what am I going to do? Girl, you look straight up. You must be on the phone. If you're not on the phone and you're talking to yourself like that, we got such a problem. There's a video dropping tonight at 7. I need y'all to hit the like button on that for real. I dropped one this morning. They ain't doing too well because, quite frankly, I don't think anybody's content that has anything to do with anything other than these events is going to do any numbers. But tonight, I'm going to need you to hit that like button. I'm going to need you to hit it. Bing, 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 bing. Like as soon as it pops, boom, boom, boom. I promise it's going to be good. The one this morning was absolutely fantastic. It really was. I got somebody who emailed me and said they had a lot of stories from Lake Lanier. I'll probably call them tomorrow. And I'm excited about that. Oh, I forgot I texted that person. I'm excited about that. I think for the Lake Lanier stories, I'm going to do them as an album. That way you guys get just one big block of content. From a storytelling perspective, which I think is going to be awesome. They'll probably do them as like the Lake Lanier album. Come up with some kind of name, you know, Mysteries of the Lake, something crazy. But I almost got enough to where I can put out something that'll be decent. And the only vetting needs to be, in my opinion, and we haven't even, what's today's date, guys? Today is the 14th. So we still got 4 more days before all of our marketing material actually gets here to go back out. I think it's the 17th or the 18th. It might be the 17th. So when the marketing material gets here, I'll send it out. I'm pretty sure I get way more stories and way more phenomenal content. For those of you who are new, when you go back on this channel, you listen to stories, you're going to hear stuff and you're going to be like, oh, I don't know if this is real. No, it's real. It's vetted. And if you watch, you'll see how I vet stories through this, through what's going on. Today's the 14th. All right, yeah, you'll see how I vet stories. You know, the thing about stories is, and people don't get this, stories are nothing more than memories, and memories are what people's lives are made of. And so when you pull those memories and coalesce them into a form that can be comprehended and understood by massive groups of people, you literally share that person's life with everybody else. And that's been my perspective and my take on storytelling. It doesn't matter what the topic of the story is or what the genre of the story is. What matters is capturing those memories and the things that are ancillary to them, and then molding them into the perfect pill that you can swallow. And that's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. You know what I'm saying? I said they're from Los Angeles, from LA, the city of angels, but I'm not sure which one, what type of angels it is. It might be the city of fallen angels. Did you see that they had some kind of buoy drop off the coast of California a couple of days ago? Rapidly drop. And they had a tsunami. They was worried about it being a tsunami. Then it wasn't a tsunami. And so it was like, what the hell is going on? Why did the buoy drop like that? Y'all see that? I saw it. I'm sitting there wondering, okay, where's the tsunami at? There's no tsunami. So why did the buoy drop? Maybe it was a UFO diving into the water. Sploosh. Uncle Ruckus says the angels in LA refer to the lights. All right, awesome. Thank you, Uncle Ruckus. Yeah, the virgin farted. He probably did. Probably did. Probably did. Man, I have a taste for lobster, steak and lobster. I might go make me some lobster and some steak while I can. You know what I'm saying? Before they start vaccinating all the meat, you can't eat a steak because you're going to get vaccinated. They're going to go ahead and give me some steak and lobster. They probably already doing it now. Deer steak, bud. Yeah. Oh no, I'll survive. I eat alligator meat. You ain't about to. I want to see you go get them and stab them. You know what I'm saying? I want to see you stab them bad boys up. Go round them up and start injecting them. See how that go for you. That's easy to get meat right there. There's a whole lot of it. Alligator meat and potatoes. Homemade bread. Crawfish. Raccoon. Snake. I will survive. Yep. And so will you. All right, ladies, I'm out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of here.